And then, I mean, a lot of times I find with the ratio, if you have a hard time getting your brush wet, you know, don't be afraid to let it sit in there. And if you're not picking up a good enough bead, you know, don't wipe the excess off. If you know, if you need that liquid, keep it in there, because you guys might just be wiping off too much liquid.
I have to say, I think that's probably the hardest for me to even teach, is the wetness.
Yeah.
How much the brush is absorbing, because each brush is going to absorb a different amount.
Yeah.
So I think it's really hard.
It's really working with your brush too, and knowing what you're working with. So you can always, you know, wipe it off, and you know, if you have too much.
The key to laying the acrylic, because there's different grades of acrylic. Some products are better than others. I mean, it's like Suave and Redken.
Right.
And your brush means everything. If you have a crappy brush that's not the Kowalski hairs, like the sable hairs, your finish is not going to be good.
Yeah, and they don't. Do you have your brush handy, just to show her what they're working?
Oh, they're not working with this?
Theirs is just a tad different.
So that, of course, that's a smaller brush. It's a smaller brush, but I understand that's for state board purposes.
Right.
Me personally, you can give me a 22 and up. The larger the number of the brush, the more product it's gonna hold. So
okay.
I'm not saying, you know, we got to do state board, but most times in the salon, we do a 1-ball method.
Yes.
Right. But the 3-ball method is what you guys have to learn. But it all, like I said, if you don't have the right implements to use, your work is going to be, it's just like if you have a dull pair of shears. You're not going to get a precision cut. So the same applies with the brush and the product that you're using. A lot of the, I want to say, discount salons use MMA, methyl methacrylate, which is horrible. Do not use inferior products. Those incidences cause, what's the word I want to use? I don't want to say infections, but irritations to the nails. Some people
are very sensitive to it, so you
right.
think you're allergic. So sometimes around your cuticle will become inflamed and red, and
have
you might
pustules
not feel
on it.
But we can look at your hand and go, oh yeah, you have definitely some sort of sensitivity or infection. Sometimes it's not an infection. Sometimes it's just a sensitivity to those products, and those products don't soak off. So you'll come into us telling, oh, I got gel and I need a new full set, and we'll go to soak you, and 20 minutes later it hasn't budged. And that stuff is actually illegal to use.
Right.
Isn't that the dental stuff?
Yes.
Well, to be honest with you,
formal hearing, yes.
To be honest with you, acrylic it's the same product they use to make teeth.
Don't get any ideas.
Well, it's used for lots of stuff. I mean, you got acrylic paints, which have a type of chemical that's similar to what we're using. It's why it dries quick.
Right.
Door shut and
okay.
So in the salon, you don't have to do like the 3 beads. You can just do one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yep.
So just like with the hair cutting, where they have to do like.
Yeah, the 4 sections.
It's the same
the
way.
okay.
You guys are sitting here doing, you know, 9 sections for a perm, and you don't do that in a salon. Like,
right.
It's just faster. It's
really
easier for us. You know.
Right, but it's the same principle.
Right.
But yeah, it's the same exact thing. But it's still something that you need to know.
When you go in the salon, you learn what the salon does. You know, I had to relearn when I came in because I was from another salon, so I learned the way that she did it. Honestly, I relearned everything, and I learned how to do it the right way, because where I worked was not teaching me the right way, you know, so...
It's just because it's their way doesn't...
Right,
that's right. But, you know, we follow more of state board procedures and all that stuff than other salons do. So once you get through the nail, and let me tell you, when I took state board, my nail looked like heck. It had bumps, and as long as they could see that you knew what you were supposed to be doing, they usually passed you. Your nail could look like crap, and you're trying to file all this stuff off. But if you follow what she just showed you, that is, don't put too much acrylic. Just do little balls, and you know.
That's what I was going to say.
With less product.
Less is more.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't think you need like a big, you know, you have to look at the diameter of the nail. You know, shaping means everything to me. Like, I am a stickler on shape. I don't like doing nails or seeing nails that look like they have chiclets on top of them. You know, it's like you have to look at the anatomy of the person. If she has like a small nail bed, why would you put like a big blob of acrylic on there and then you got to spend 15, 20 minutes to try to file it down? So don't get in the mindset of, oh, I can file that down. Time is your money and your money is your time. So you use a small ratio. You can always add on to it, but use less is more. Just think in that mindset.
And the acrylic nail is supposed to be an extension of your nail or an overlay of your nail. So it's supposed to look natural. It's not supposed to be thick. No.
Right.
Technically, like if you start doing, what are they called? I can't even think. What's it called? Competitions. When you do competitions, they only want your acrylic nail to be like 2 tips sitting on top of each other. That's the thickness that they're looking for. So you don't want to use a ton of product. All it's there to do is to strengthen and make your nail hard. It's not supposed to look like you glued, you know, whatever to it. And we've seen that come in the salon, and we're going, yeah, that's not right. They're not supposed to be flat. They're supposed to be curved like a natural nail is supposed to be.
So where you at now?
Okay, so this is done curing. So I'm going to shape my nail. So like I said, I'm going to stick with the square shape. I'm going to try to take this off. File it down. That was dropping my file. I'm going to go on the sides, make sure it's straight.
Now, when they do the skateboard, are they supposed to just file in one direction?
Yes.
Okay.
One direction. So I shouldn't be going down.
But you know what? That's usually when they're doing natural nails.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know that it really specifies that for acrylics because I think that would be very difficult.
Yeah, I
to
don't
do.
remember
is.
that being on there. But that was 6 years
So I'm
ago.
doing a swivel.
I've told things have changed.
What was that terminology, Candace?
Wovel.
It's a real word.
So there's different shapes of nails. They're square round. Some people term it as squoval. There's almond shaped. There's round. And of course now we have coffin shapes or ballerinas as they call it because it looks like a ballerina slipper or it looks like the shape of like a Western, like an old Western coffin. You know, the wooden coffins.
Dracula coffin.
Right,
The-
right.
You know.
And then there's the stiletto, which is a very, very pointed tip.
It can be.
It can be. It can be.
Mine are more almond.
But yeah, those are
There's
the different
actually
shapes
more
of the
than
nails.
that. Just that's what we use here in the United States. They have a ton of other shapes that the nail's actually like a triangle. If you looked at it this way, it would be a triangle. And then they got the ones that, like a lipstick shape.
Right.
So it
And
goes
that's what they
up,
call the
over,
lipstick.
and then down. So if you look at the nail that way, that's the shape of it. So there's a lot of other shapes. We just don't really use them here.
Alright, and then so I took down like my sides just a little bit, just like that. And then I'm gonna buff. So going over the whole top, making sure it's all even. Looks really gross, but
Kind of weird doing it on that, isn't it?
it is. It's weird not doing a
It's
real
not like
nail.
your hand.
And then you always want to look at it going down like that, because that way you can see your C curve, and then it should be like
The
a
apex.
normal nail looking. Yep.
Right. Right. So your nail, a natural nail doesn't look flat.
Right.
You know, you want to have some type of curvature in the nail. You don't want it to look like.
And then we would be done and polished at this point. Well, she would wash her hands and get the dust off, and then polish.
All right.
Okay.
Let's let the next group come in.